Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Fringe. We are so excited to have you here today, and we are immensely grateful for the people in this room. We hope today that we're able to show you our perspective on whole person health. And I hope you're ready because it's about to get personal. My name is Joe Lavaca, and I'm a physical therapist speaking way outside my comfort zone today. My hope is that I can guide you on this story of not only about myself, about you, but about us in healthcare. Not only where we've been, but where we're going. If I do my job right, I want all of you to be uncomfortable at certain points today. Not physically uncomfortable. You're safe. I assure you, you're safe. But intellectually uncomfortable. Maybe spiritually uncomfortable. And these are the things in healthcare that I feel are not spoken about enough that we're about to bring to the table. Let's talk about where we're about to go. We're going to start with where we are going, who we are, our health, reframing the problems of health, and then we're going to introduce you guys to some really fringe concepts, mainly our healthcare ecosystem. The healthcare ecosystem is going to take us down a conversation of mind and body and space, even into relationships and environment. After we present that information to you, we hope to offer you solutions to these problems and how you can achieve your fringe state using our fringe fundamentals and fringe factors. So what are we doing here today? We're trying to ask questions. And I have no idea where we're going from this point on, but I assure you, it's not going to be boring. Are you healthy? And think about that for a second. Are you healthy? All that implies. And I see a lot of you shaking your heads like, yeah, I'm pretty good, doing pretty good. Right? But how do you know? How do you know you're healthy?
Does that feel good?
You feel good. So there's some subjectivity to feeling well, right? What about objective measures? Do you guys know your blood pressure off the top of your heads?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nice. What about right now?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Not at this moment.
What about your resting heart rate, blood glucose levels? How many times a week or how many minutes a week do you spend exercising? Right? These are all barometers for health, right? That's pretty good. Okay. I like this idea of subjectivity, though, right? Because if we look at norms in our society, and this is what healthcare has been really pushing, this idea of normal. And really, there really is no normal because we exist in a wide range of living in our lives. So when I look at this stat here, normal respiratory rates exist somewhere in the vicinity of 12 to 16 breaths per minute at rest. Now, I believe I saw an interesting stat, and I believe, Shante, you shared it the other day on social media, that this number is slowly bumping up towards 20. At rest. Now, whenever I've tested my breath at rest, I fall around 8 or 9 usually. So are we becoming more unwell? And then as a result of becoming more unwell, we keep shifting what's normal rather than facing the problems at hand. In conclusion today, we're all done. Well, these are our conclusions, right? When we went through our story and presented it to you, there were certain themes. I don't need our conclusions to be your conclusions. And I'm offering these conclusions to you now so you can see how they evolved with our story. At the end of today, I hope that you have a list like this that's completely different. But for us, wellness is more than the absence of pain or disease. The issues we face are the ones that make us human. But instead of celebrating them, we try to fix them, right? All too often. Reframing our current condition will help us better understand it, particularly for our mind and emotional states. Our minds depend upon our bodies depend upon the world. So when we introduce you to our ecosystem today, we're going to start with bodies. And the reason why I want to start with bodies is because what did we evolve to have first? A mind as it currently stands, or a body? Body, right? We're still kind of version 1.0 in body, right? But maybe we can think about our bodies are here to serve our minds. And if we take a little bit better care of our bodies, that could be a huge platform for us to start balancing these inner and outer worlds that we were hinting at in our first discussion. Your truth is different than everyone else's, and that's okay. It's supposed to be like that. But is that really the case, or what we see is the message of healthcare? Everyone has to have the same truth, right? You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to look a certain way, run a certain way, squat a certain way, eat a certain way, sleep a certain way, interact a certain way. It's tiring. Why can't we all just have our own truths? And why can't that be okay? There's no aspect in our lives that can be separated from anything else, as much as we want to try, or as much as we hate to admit that that's the case. Everything matters. And our belief systems truly hold our worlds together. And it's okay that they change. So who is Fringe? Fringe is us. It's not part of the mainstream, at least in a pure sense of a definition. The outer border or edges of a group. But we can't be fringe. We have to be mainstream. If we don't fit in, we seemingly stand out. And that's not a good thing anymore for us. So this story is about me. It's about you. But then ultimately it's about us coming together as one, forming this community. And if we think about the idea of finding harmony within ourselves and focusing on inclusion, learning, and innovation, and ultimately with the greater goal of doing good, that's truly our mission here at Fringe. All of us as humans are unique. We are all inherently fringe. So now as a result, fringe can't be maybe specifically defined. It's not a person, it's not a community, it's not a profession, right? These things that we were maybe identifying as who we are before. It's a concept. It's your truth celebrated within a larger framework of belief. So there's going to be a couple of rules today. And I'm going to follow the lead of Mr. Albert Einstein. The two rules that we have are, number one, have no rules. The second, be independent of the opinion of others. So what does this look like in real life? That was our ecosystem for people, our interpretation of healthcare. But the mind and body haven't changed all that significantly in the last few thousand years, only the manner in which we view and utilize their relationships. And throughout the day, we've been saying that healthcare is personal, or it should be personal again, and it should be celebrated again. So your ecosystem might not look like my ecosystem, or Shantae's ecosystem, or Jen's ecosystem, because it's truly based on everything we spoke about today. And it might change when you're younger and evolve as you're older, and then eventually go back to the way it was when we first started. Just like happiness. What are the solutions to the problem? We started talking about pain, sleep, and stress. We reframed those ideas into discussions about inflammation, circadian rhythm, and allostasis. We introduced or revisited the idea of three worlds, or three areas of our inner and outer worlds combined, of mind, body, and space. So our solutions: express, label, connect. As long as we keep asking ourselves why, we'll continue to have a noble purpose. We are always learning. That is one of our biggest tenets. We never want to stop learning, because education is not something you can finish. And today was hopefully just the start of many more things to come.